what it is, what's happening. Welcome back to the channel. Well, as you can tell, I'm still working on my little square body, one of my many tow trucks, old antique tow trucks, I guess you could say. So this is an 88 little 30 series Chevy I have, and I've been working on it here the last couple of days. Actually, long story short, I bought this truck. I think I shared it on the channel before. Bought this truck from a buddy of mine. It was going to go to the junkyard, but he wanted to keep the motor and the doors off of it. I bought the truck. I stuffed the motor in it, got it running. And about a week or two ago, he called me. He says, hey, do you want the doors that were on the truck? So he gave me the doors that I actually took off the truck for him. So I've been putting the doors, working on getting the doors back on the truck. And it had a little rust spot in the floor. Let me bring you in. This cab's actually really nice on this Chevy, but I had a rust spot right here, which is typical of these old square body Chevys. But believe it or not, it was only a spot right here, but it got into the rocker a little bit, and I had to take part of the floor. But the support and the back of the rocker, all that is rock solid. But I thought, why the door is off, I'll go ahead and I'll make the repair to this little section here and the floor, fix it, and I'm done with it. So that brings me to today. I put the door on the truck last night, and it just so happens that one of the doors that was on this truck is an aftermarket door. And aftermarket doors on a square body Chevy, they are just like tin cans. But I got this one really opening and closing really nice. I mean, she's like butter. But the thing sounds like a tin can. It's cheap. What can I say? Well, about a year ago, you know, and any of you car guys that are on YouTube, most of you guys have a Facebook or an Instagram or a TikTok, or you watch all that garbage. Well, about a year ago, on one of the car groups, a guy shared that he was using this product as a sound deadener. You can pick this up at Lowe's, maybe Harbor, Home Depot. It's over in the section where they sell the metal roofing supplies and that kind of crap. And it's a roll, like aluminum. And then it's got like Atari stuff, almost like a Dynamat, or any of them sound deadeners that you can buy. It's a little bit thinner. Usually the Dynamat stuff's a little thicker, but the roll is $19. I just put 3 strips in the center of this door. You can see here. You can see it right inside the door. I put a strip there, there, and there. And I put one on the inside right here. And I just had a little piece I stuck over here, so that's what it looks like. But I got to say, it took the door and it made it sound a whole lot better than what it did prior to putting this stuff on. I mean, now I don't know how it sounds on the video, but standing next to it, it doesn't sound like a tin can. It's got a nice thud to it. Now the door panel's not on and the window rattles a little. I got all new weather stripping for the window to get rid of the rattly window, but I don't think I've ever had a square body Chevy open that good. But it's nice now. It works really well. So, you know, I just kind of wanted to share that tip on the channel that this really worked really good for sound deadener on the cheap. I think a heat gun would make it really form into the spots a little tighter. But again, this is a tow truck. I'm not too concerned. I just wiped the inside of the door down with a little bit of acetone on a clean rag just to help it stick. But other than that, you know, maybe one of those little rollers to kind of help work it out. I don't have one of those. I'll have to pick one up. But I got enough here that I'm going to do the passenger side door, which actually is a GM door. And it opens and closes really nice. This one does too. But I'm going to do the inside of that door. Why not? Now, the driver's door has sound deadener on it. And you always got to walk into something. The driver's side door now has sound deadener. This does not. This is just a... I'm going to hold the glass because the glass is loose. You hear the difference in the door versus a cheap Taiwanese door and a nice GM door. Big difference. So that door probably sound even better with a little bit of sound deadener in it. Hey, you know, it's a nice, cheap, easy thing. I'm going to put fenders on this wrecker. I've got the whole front clip apart, as you can see right now. I've got 2 new inner fender wells. New radiator support's on its way. I don't have it here yet. And this week I'm going to order 2 brand new fenders. The fenders had a little bit of rust on the inside where they mount to the cab. I tried to fix the one, and, well, every time I went to weld, it just burned a hole in it. So it's real thin. I'm just going to replace it. This is the motor I put in. It's a little small block Chevy. Nothing fancy. Actually, I'm not even going to tell a lie. It's actually a 305. It was a motor that I had from an abandoned project. It's fresh. I mean, it's got no miles on it. Why not use it? Truck's got a turbo 400, 411 gear. At the end of the day, I'm probably not really going to tow much with it. I'm probably just going to drive it more than anything. It's just like a, I don't know, a toy. And if you follow my channel, you know that I like old school tow trucks. That's the one that I'm building, that I've put a Crown Vic front suspension in. I've lowered it. Let's get a 351 Cleveland, all kinds of stuff. And yes, I am working on it, but I pulled this thing in here the other day to get the doors on it, and the driver's side, the door was so out of whack that I had to pull the fender to get to the bolts to the hinges to get the door adjusted. When I pulled the fenders, that's when I found the rust on the inside of just the fenders. But the fenders are not original to this truck. I don't know what happened to the original fenders. I don't even know why this front clip was put on this truck. I couldn't tell you. I don't know anything about this truck other than what I've done to it. It does have a metal cowl hood, which is kind of cool. But the radiator support in it, the reason I'm replacing it is somebody has hacked. I don't know what they were doing. Maybe they were trying to make this thing a dual headlight truck, but they hacked these holes up really big. And it's got a bend in the radiator support right over in here. The problem with the hacked up holes is the parking lights don't fit. There's nowhere to bolt them to because they cut them all out. And it's a real hack job. So for the $160 for a new radiator support, it's getting a new aftermarket radiator support. It'll be fine. There are 2 new inner fender wells. I think they're over there. They're going on the truck. But the rest of the truck is really nice. I mean, cab supports are beautiful. Insides of the rockers are nice. The driver's side was the only piece that I had to fix on the cab. That was the floor. I mean, think about it. It's a tow truck. Tow trucks go through all the worst conditions, salt, rain, mud. So, I mean, you're going to have something. But it's a nice little wrecker. And what makes this truck kind of cool is 90% of your wreckers are stick shift. And the winch runs off of the PTO on the trans. But because this truck is automatic, this truck has a factory electric worm drive Ramsey winch, which is just operated by a box. Well, this one's not really mounted, but that's the box. And there's a box on the other side. It's mounted over there to operate it from the other side. That's what makes this truck kind of cool because it's automatic. This is an AC truck. And I believe this truck originally was a big block truck. Reason being is underneath it had 2 heat shields, factory dual exhaust. Now, I'm not a square body guru, but I've owned a lot of these trucks. And the other telltale sign that makes me think big block truck is 3/8 fuel line. And the fuel line runs on top of the frame rail under this aluminum cover. And I'm almost 99% positive that right there was big block only in a square body truck. Maybe some of the square body guys tell me something different. But I'm also pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm almost pretty sure that you could only get factory dual exhaust on a big block truck. I don't remember if in the 30 series. Don't remember if the small blocks were ever dual exhaust. But either which way, I'm almost pretty sure 3/8 fuel line on top of the rail with this aluminum cover. Your return line and your feed line are here. Where on all the small block trucks I've ever owned, the fuel rail or the fuel lines run inside the frame rail. Now, I've owned quite a few big block trucks, and they were all set up that way. And I've owned plenty of square body, small block trucks, and the fuel lines are all inside the frame rail. My little red Chevy Wrecker outside is a factory small block truck. Fuel lines are inside the rail, not up the side of the frame like this truck is. Leads me to think it was originally a big block truck, now a small block truck, which is not a big deal. Like I said, this is more kind of a toy for me. That's what all of them really are. I own a rollback. Realistically, with an old sling truck like this, you're not going to be going out and towing a 2024 Hyundai Santa Fe because you will destroy it with a sling truck. But you could go out and pick up another 79 Chevy truck with it. I don't know, maybe someday I'll put a wheel lift on it. I don't know. But it does have provisions for trailer. So my thinking is I'll probably use this thing to drag my car trailer around when we take our mud truck four-wheeling. Use this truck to tow instead of my brand new F-150. I don't know. But anyway, I wanted to share on the channel the sound deadening on the cheap. I'm gonna chalk it up as to a win, and I will be using it in the future. And I'm very happy with. Sounds good. I mean, once a door panel's on it and you got a little insulation inside the door panel, I think she's going to be choice. Now, some of these trucks did have carpet on the bottoms of the doors. I'm not sure I'm going to do that. A lot of trucks had carpet. I don't think I'm going to do that on this truck. In fact, this truck is going to get painted a flat green. And I haven't decided yet, but I'm leaning towards just flat black or satin black, the insides of the doors and the door jambs. Again, because it's a tow truck, because you're going to be using it as a truck. The fact that it's going to be a dark green, it'll kind of be okay. It'll kind of contrast. I'm not worried about it. The other reason is the flat green paint is $100 a quart, and I think I'm going to need 4 quarts to paint this truck. So I'm trying to cut the cost a little bit. So I'm not going to be too upset if I just black the door jambs out. And I got to buy door panels because they're missing. So I'm just going to buy 2 brand new black ones. I'm going to redo the seat in black. I think I'm going to do the seat in cloth because I like cloth. I hate vinyl. So I think I'm going to redo the seat in cloth. And I'm kind of torn about putting a mat back in it or putting carpet in it. If I put carpet in it, then I'll kind of treat the truck a little nicer because I don't want to get it dirty. And again, I'm not really going to use this thing in like a commercial setting anymore. Parades, driving around, go to car shows, whatever. I don't know. I have a bunch of these trucks, but I just wanted to share this on the channel today. Sound deadening on the cheap. So look, holler at your boy. Keeps it reals. Catch me on the next one. I'll share some content on this. For the guys that want to know what's going on in the J10, the J10 Jeep project is on grinding halt stop for right at the hot moment. Actually, I need to get this truck out of here. I've got a bunch of side work piling up. I got some motor jobs and stuff to do. Probably once I get them knocked out, we're going to get the J10 in here and pull the transfer case. That truck's got what's it got in it? The transfer case has a Vista coupler in it, and it's slipping. So now that the truck's all back together and running and could actually drive it up around the yard, I noticed it. When I went to back it up out of the shop the other day, the truck felt like it chattered. So when I pulled out and started to go forward, it did it again. And I kind of got in the throttle a little bit. The motor revved up, but the truck didn't really move that much faster. So it has a clutch pack in the transfer case, and I believe it's shot. The truck is a 79. The sad thing is it's only got 47,000 miles on it, but I'm sure sitting has not helped it. Since it has a Quadra-Trac transfer case in it, it's full-time four-wheel drive. I'm going to take the transfer case out. I'm probably going to share on the channel of installing the part-time kit that does away with all that. We're going to get rid of that clutch packs and all that garbage that's in there, and we're going to buy the kit. But the kit's a little expensive. I just dropped a bunch of money on this, so I kind of got to get some jobs done, get some more toy money back together to spend $600 to fix that transfer case. So I'm not real happy about that. I thought about buying a used transfer case, but I might just get the same thing I got. Because after doing some research, this was actually kind of a common problem. And nobody really makes clutch packs or anything to fix it. I have found a few, but they're very pricey versus the kit that just does away with it all and allows it to be a part, what they call a part-time kit. I have seen some kits for like $400. I just got to do a little more research, but that's more than likely what I'm going to do is buy that kit, fix the transfer case, put it back in the truck, and we'll be good to go. So that's what's going on with the Jeep J10 Jeep project. It's just kind of at a halt till I pull the trigger on buying the parts. And again, I haven't really done much to the Ford wrecker other than I started to work on the door, but then I pulled this mess in here the other day and I haven't touched that. Although I did want to share one other thing. I picked this whole setup here up, which is kind of interesting. This is a nice little eBay score. And this radiator and fan shroud is for the square body Chevy wrecker. Now I bought both pieces off of eBay. I bought this fan assembly. It came with wiring and some relays. It did not come with these bolts. This is what I'm doing. This is how I'm going to bolt it down. $86. Now, reason I bought this was this truck was missing the fan shroud, the plastic fan shroud, and I was actually missing the actual fan. So, by the time I bought a plastic fan shroud and another clutch fan, I was going to be over $100. This whole setup was $86. The radiator was a $100 bill. It's an aluminum fabricated radiator. But that's what I'm going to put in this wrecker. So I'll do an update once this is all together of how good it works. But for $86, I thought I'm going to give it a shot. Again, I'm not going to be really doing a whole lot of towing. But I did put a set of aftermarket gauges in this truck, along with the factories, so I can really keep an eye on the temperature. I made a nice little bracket down there on the bottom of the dash. So I have a temp and an oil gauge down there, along with the factory gauges. So we'll be able to keep a good eyeball on temperature. So that's about all I want to share on the channel today, really, honestly. But I just wanted to share the cool little sound deadening trick. But if you're in the market for some radiators or radiator fans and all, this came from a guy on eBay called Magic Cool. I'm going to buy another one. I'm waiting to get this one up and running and see how it works. But if it works good, I'm going to put one on this Ford wrecker as well. Because I already bought the aluminum fabricated radiator for this wrecker. So I thought that would look really nice and clean. Because that motor is all decked out, chrome valve covers and all. I wanted that motor to be dressed up in this truck. So I thought that would really clean it up under the hood instead of a big plastic fan shroud and some dookie fan. I'll go with that setup. So look, holla at your boy. Keeps it reals. I'm going to go back to work. I got to make some money. I'm broke.